Bro, I can't continue. They keep killing. What's going on? What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Orlando Martel and this is Martel Dynamics. So last time we read chapter 1, 2, and 3 of The Hobbit. Today we're gonna read chapter 4. Guys, if you're liking these videos, please consider subscribing so you can help me upload more of these videos every single week. So first of all, if you see something different with the lighting, it's because today I read chapter 4 during the day. Now it's at night and I'm recording this in a different time. So yeah, today we're gonna read chapter 4. So let's continue. Let's go. Okay, so remember that in the last chapter, they left the elves, went on their trip, walking on their way wherever they're headed, right? In chapter 4, which is titled Over and Under the Hill, here you go. Apparently, they're like too tired or too bored for they to talk. And the silence is so intense that the only thing they hear is whenever something drops into a water pond or whatever, the wind. They even mentioned when apparently they looked to Gandalf to do something, and Gandalf just did like he just shook his head and they kept on walking. So yeah, it's been pretty boring for them till now. Oh, and guys, another thing. I don't know if I like or dislike this point of the author, but I feel he does not explicitly say stuff that is in this world. For example, dragons, bro? I'm gonna read this to you. It says, blah, 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 since the dragons had driven men from the lands. And, I mean, we haven't talked about dragons in the whole, 3 chapters that we have read, but the author just subtly mentions that there are freaking dragons in this world, you know what I mean? So I'm not even gonna question anything new that comes up anymore. It's just like, bro, dragons? Okay guys, so apparently they're going through some sort of storm. The whole thing, wind, water, lightning, thunderstorms. It says Gandalf was feeling very grumpy about the situation because Thorin was crying about, oh, how we're getting drenched and drowned or whatever. It's raining so much, blah, blah, blah. And Gandalf is like, well, if you know any better place, take us there. And it says Gandalf was feeling grumpy. If Gandalf was such a wise and, caring guy, why would he be grumpy? I'm not saying humans, just because you're wise, won't get grumpy, but at the same time, I imagine Dumbledore, and sorry, but it's just what's in my head. I keep comparing. Maybe it's not the right thing to do, but Dumbledore wouldn't get grumpy. It's that type of personality. All this to say, I'm still trying to think what kind of personality is Gandalf like, or Gandalf has. I mean, is he wise and caring, or is he wise and grumpy all the time? I mean, I'm just trying to understand the character. So, it was raining, cats and dogs, thunderstorms everywhere, rain, wind, the whole thing. Some dwarves found a cave. What happened? Something about Bilbo not sleeping good. He had nasty dreams whenever he had a dream. It turned out it wasn't a real dream, I guess, because it was really happening. A crack in the back of the cave, kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Goblins came out of that track, let's say, or passage, or secret passage. They stole the ponies, and then they grabbed all the dwarves, including Bilbo. They took them as prisoners, with the exception of Gandalf, because when Bilbo saw the goblins, he screamed, and that split second before the goblins took them, Gandalf disappeared with a pop, with loud sound, because it says Like it smelled like gunpowder or something. Apparently, these goblins are real fast, bro. I mean, they are described like in a split second they came out of the crack, got then grabbed the dwarfs and went through the cracks again. So one more thing, in this world, magic, yeah, works in weird ways because it affects nature too. So it's not like wizards or magical creatures manipulating stuff, or maybe, but this thing about a crack getting bigger, I don't understand it. It's just weird. So let's keep on reading. Bro, what the hell? It says the goblins are whipping the dwarves. So they were singing some song. I mean, again, the language of the songs in these chapters are weird as hell. I mean, I don't understand nothing. Whatever the song said, it is described like the general meaning of the song was only too plain. For now, the goblins took out whips and whipped them with a switch smack. Bro, what's going on? I mean, goblins are whipping the shit out of dwarfs? I don't get it. I mean, I don't get what's happening. This story is getting kind of sadistic. I mean, goblins eat horses and ponies and donkeys because apparently they're always hungry. Isn't this supposed to be some kind of kid story? I mean, it's nature. Lions eat other animals all the time, wild lions and wild animals. But from the point of view of a kid, if I were like 10 years old reading this, I would be like, wow, this happens in nature. I mean, maybe it's a way of teaching children of nature in the real world. But okay, whatever the intention is, goblins eat ponies? This story is getting darker and darker. I mean, by the sentence, these goblins are evil, bro. What? Front porch? So the cave they were sheltering was the front porch of the goblins' cave or house or whatever. Oh shit. Bro, they were destined to be... wow. Okay guys, so I don't know what just happened. So the goblins took the dwarfs and Bilbo and everyone that was in the adventure except Gandalf, right? I guess the goblins are like bad. They are, you know, they are like, they kill people, like horrible beings, I guess. And they are described like the opposite of beautiful. You know, they are ugly. They are stereotypical bad stuff, you know what I mean? So they saw this sword. Apparently, okay, swords are like magical objects that think for themselves because something just happened. The author described this like, oh, the sword was happy, so the light it emitted was this color. The point is that Gandalf came in with a sword. He killed all the goblins. He killed the head of the goblins. And then he like got all the people, all the dwarves, Bilbo, and he went out of the cave. And when he took the sword out again, the sword was blue. And it is described like the sword was happy. Let me read it for you. Now it was bright as blue flame for delight in the killing of the great lord of the cave. Remember the last video when I told you guys like inanimate objects talk, inanimate objects have like are magical objects in themselves? Apparently swords too. So I'm getting used to the fact that apparently a lot of magical objects are going to appear in this world. Another thing, Gandalf is a badass, bro. He's like the hero of the story. At least in this chapter, till this point, Gandalf saved them. Gandalf killed people. That's another thing. Gandalf killing? I never imagined Gandalf would actually kill in this story. I knew he was a wizard. I mean, when I say knew, I don't mean before I read this. I mean, for the first chapters, he's described as the most wise wizard, whatever. He's killing, bro. I don't know why it's surprising me so much, but I don't know. I can't imagine someone really good killing without first trying to look for another way to stop them. You know what I mean? Okay. This is getting intense, bro. Okay, so, yo, Gandalf is a badass, okay? So, I had my issues with him. I mean, I still have my issues with him because of the first chapters, the way he was described and the way he acted. But, okay. I haven't finished the chapter. I still have, like, 3 paragraphs to finish the chapter. But, here's the thing. Remember when I was asking you guys the difference between dwarves, goblins, hobbits, and human or men? Apparently, goblins run fast as, you know, really fast. So they run faster than dwarves, but it's not that dwarves run. Apparently, dwarves roll, bro. So I don't know if they're like, so I don't want to sound like judgy, but I don't know, because they're described like they're fat, the dwarves. So I don't know if they literally roll because they're fat or because they have like a special magical ability to roll. But it's described in the book like the dwarves run the goblins run faster than the dwarves can roll. So I don't know how it works. The point is that they're running because Gandalf just killed the goblins and the goblin head. And again, why didn't Gandalf find another way to stop these goblins? He had to kill them. I mean, I'm still in shock for that. But nonetheless, they're running for their life, bro. And now the goblins are getting nearer and nearer. I'm at the point where Gandalf stopped and fell back with Thorin. So apparently they're going to do something with the sword again. This sword is another thing, I'm telling you right now. This sword is another thing. I want to know what happened, so let me finish the chapter. Bro, I can't continue. They keep killing. What's going on? Okay, so these swords are the shit. So, okay, they even have names, okay? So, one sword is named the Goblin Cleaver, and the other the Foe Hammer. And look. It says, referring to the goblins, the ones in front dropped their torches and gave one yell before they were killed. Okay, so I don't know if Thorin and Gandalf just have like abilities in another level to just kill like swordmen, whatever. I don't know if it's just because the swords are just so powerful in and of themselves that just taking it out kills. You know what I mean? Bros. What? Guys, this chapter was messed up. I don't know, I mean, I don't know why it took me for such a surprise. I know I'm just literally beginning the book. I'm in chapter 4, but so for the first 3 chapters, it ended like in, let's say, a happy note, a positive note. But now, so they are running from the goblins. These things were chasing them. They are intelligent as hell because apparently they put on some soft shoes that don't make noise when they run or use it, and they kept going after Gandalf and Thorin kill some of them. And Gandalf was like with his wand, Gandalf was shining a bit of light from his wand so the dwarves knew where to go, and this piece of shits followed the dwarves, and the one that I think it was Dorin, D-O-R-I-N, was following the group. Dorin was helping Bilbo, you know, get on faster because Bilbo cannot run as fast as the dwarves. So Dorin was helping Bilbo, and one of the goblins, which was sneaking around, took Doran by the legs and just pulled him, and Bilbo hit a rock with his head, and yeah, the chapter ended. I don't know what to say. I mean, where the hell is Gandalf? First of all, if these swords are so powerful, why didn't they help better? I mean, I don't know how the swords work, but they were, for me, they were presented as this almost all powerful things. So, guys, so many things, there are so many things that confuses me. First of all, Gandalf killing swords. Goblins are bad beings. And another thing, goblins and dwarves, but specifically Thorin, have history. So this is a thing that I was telling you guys in chapter 3, that there's a lot of history in this world that we don't know. Specifically that goblins don't have the best relationship with dwarves. They have some relationship with some bad dwarves that apparently have existed in history, whatever. The head of the goblins and Thorin specifically have had, like, you know, some kind of bad history going on between them. So that when the head of the goblins saw Thorin, they were like suspicious. Like, if you're here, something's going on. What are you trying to do? Are you thieves? You know what I mean? So, guys, I don't know what's going on in this chapter. I don't know what's going to happen. But thank you for staying with me on this chapter. If you like this videos and this content, please subscribe and like this video so you can help me upload more videos on the following week. Guys, as I told you before, if you haven't read this book, if you haven't even watched the movies or whatever, if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch this videos, guys. It's just gonna spoil you. I'm reading chapter by chapter. Read the chapters, watch the videos that I've done, and then come back to this video. So again, thank you for everything and see you next time. Bye.